you're going to see them try to throw on first down. They're going to try to put Fournette in advantage situations to run in short yardage. They're going to try to they're going to do different things. That's what, let me just say this. That's what I think they have to do. Okay? I think they're going to have to use quick throws to set up Fournette and Geis. One disadvantage LSU has, they've done some shuffling on offensive line. Ethan Pochich was playing left tackle at one point. He's usually our center. LSU's done some mixing and matching, so the offensive line hasn't gotten to be a consistency yet. They're still working on that. Hopefully the injury bug goes away from LSU and they don't have to really worry about shuffling people in and out. So, what I see happening in this game is I see Auburn throwing some wrinkles. LSU, I think, will try to get more guys involved and then go to Fournette. Key to this game for LSU is having balance on offense. The defense is going to play. They're going to come to play. They're going to do their thing. They're going to generate a few turnovers. They're going to get some sacks. The key, though, for this game is consistency on offense. Auburn's defense has the propensity to give up yards. But they do play good red zone defense, much like LSU has. LSU's defense is much better than Auburn. In my opinion, again, when you look at this on paper and you look at these teams and you see what they do well, it looks like LSU should blow Auburn out. The fact that LSU's got better talent, not overwhelming, but they're a little bit more sound in certain areas. At least they have their quarterback situation taken care of. Auburn does not. So you're saying, Auburn is discombobulated on offense. Yes, they are, but it's a rivalry game. These guys will come focused. They'll come ready to play. You're not going to see any kind of mental errors, typically. But these games are always action-packed. Always action-packed. Just a note before I get back to this is that my NFL previews, okay, I'm going to do a pregame show starting on Sunday morning, this Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. So I'm going to talk about the NFL the week before during the week. But I'm not going to preview these games. I decided not to preview these games during the week since I'm going to be doing it on Sunday. I'll give you, like yesterday, I'll give you my picks of the week, my locks of the week, my against the spread picks, how I think these games are going to go down. I will do that for you. Those usually come on Tuesday. So just kind of a show note that I'm going to be previewing NFL games and the Saints games on Sunday morning. During the week, I'll cover the week that was. Okay? Just to let you guys know that. But you know what? Bottom line is LSU has to finish out games. Jamal Adams this week said that we've got to finish stronger, got to put a nail in them. Bottom line is we got to finish out games. That's LSU's. That's their problem. They have to finish. They cannot get in that situation they put themselves into this past Saturday night, and this Saturday night on the road against this Auburn team that's capable, very capable of getting big plays, capable of winning this game. Both these guys for Auburn can make plays. LSU just can't give them time to make the plays. They can't let Marshall, when he's in the game, Franklin III, when he's in the game, finish, make, or I shouldn't say finish, but make plays. Make those ad-lib plays. I think that's more dangerous for LSU. They'll be better off with White in the game. This defense has got to continue to get pressure like they have been all year. 6 sacks against Mississippi State. but LSU needs to stay away from turning the ball over. So my keys to the game for LSU: don't turn it over. Contain when Marshall's. God, I think I have Nick Marshall in my head. When Franklin III is in the game, contain him. Bring pressure against Sean White. Force some turnovers. Stay away from mental errors. But more importantly than anything, keep it coming. Don't do well first half and just let up. Let your pedal off the gas. You know, one key last week LSU is going to have to do here is big third down conversions. Etling was 6 of 9 for 96 yards and a touchdown on third down last week, which was great. He made plays with his feet. He extended the play. He's got that ability to roll out and make a few plays. So I think LSU in that sense definitely advantage at quarterback. LSU, they've got advantages in most of the positions. But again, you look at it, and like I said, it looks like it's a blowout type game. But it won't be that way. I'm going to go and say LSU makes a couple more plays in Auburn. I think LSU, we're going to see like a 10-10 game at halftime. And I think this is going to be similar to the Clemson-Auburn game. I like LSU to come away with a 20-14 win. I think you're going to have 10-7, 10-10. I'm going to pick LSU 20-14. Close game at halftime. LSU makes a few more plays in the second half to get it done. This is going to be a classic game. That's why the line's only 3.5. Experts know about this rivalry. We know about the rivalry. All these great games they've had in the past. So that's my analysis of this game. I'm looking at a 20-14 final. LSU goes on top, wins a key game. Now, just to finish up this, is that these players are going to be playing for their coach's job. Let's be honest. Both of these coaches are under severe scrutiny right now. Les Miles is under scrutiny for his inability to have teams that can finish games, have teams that can win the big games, have teams that come out like they did against Wisconsin and lose to inferior opponents. That's been a staple of his. Gus Malzahn. Last year was 7-6. This year he's staring down possibly being 1-3. Telling you guys, it's restless in both universities. These players know, these coaches know. They know they have to deliver in this. This is a game that could define not only their livelihood, but the heartbeat of both of these teams. LSU goes 2-2, guys. LSU's in trouble if they lose this game. I'm telling you, because you have Missouri at home, at Florida. Listen to these games I'm going to read off: Southern Miss, Ole Miss, Alabama, at Arkansas. So until November the 12th, LSU, and it's typical SEC. LSU's got to bring it every week. They lose this game against Auburn, it could be trouble time. The warning bell may go off if they lose this game. So it's key. This is a make or break season for both of these teams. Auburn wants to get to 2-2. They want to get that first SEC win. LSU's trying to prevent that. They're trying to go to 3-1, get that SEC win number 2, heading into more conference play. Over the next 2 weeks is Missouri and Florida. So it's going to be interesting. As I said, there's dynamics of this game that are outside the game that essentially become part of the game. So guys, tune in to that big one on Saturday night. Now, There are some other games in the SEC that are huge. Georgia, Ole Miss, and Florida, Tennessee. When you look at Georgia, Ole Miss, that's a game that's going to come down to the defenses. Who's going to make the plays at the end of the games? Does Ole Miss come out flat? Does Ole Miss come out motivated after losing to Alabama? I think Nick Eason and Chubb get it done. You know, Georgia has that ability to give us some big plays, which they will. Ole Miss will make some big plays, as Chad Kelly is great at doing that. He made plays all day against Alabama. But I think that I really believe this is that it's going to be a little bit of a letdown situation. When I say letdown, I mean the team is let down. The pulse of this team is not good. Ole Miss has lost 2 games they believe they should have won. And really should have. Had huge leads in both. And Ole Miss would be probably in the top 5 had they won both those games. I just think the team's down. And I think Georgia right now is confident. They're winning games. They're winning close games. They're winning these tight, hard-fought games, which you expect from Kirby Smart. This is going to be a high-scoring game for sure. But I think Chubb and Eason get it done for the majority of the day. I think Chad Kelly has a big day. It's going to come down to turnovers. Who capitalizes on these turnovers, and who gets a couple more defensive stops. I would be banking on Georgia and Kirby Smart to make a couple stops. I think Georgia right now is in a better position mentally than Ole Miss is. Ole Miss's confidence isn't at an all-time high. Georgia's is. They're coming off an emotional victory in Missouri. It was an emotional win. They beat North Carolina in the Georgia Dome. Georgia knows how to win these games in the end, and I think that's what's going to happen here. I'm picking Georgia in an upset. 7-point underdogs. But I'm picking a very highly 35-28 game. It's going to be a lot of scores. A lot of scoring in this one. But I think Georgia makes a few plays. I think they're a better coach team. Talent is even, if not better, on Georgia's side. I just think this is a situation where Georgia's got more motivation than Ole Miss does. I think Ole Miss is down, and this is a good time for Georgia to knock them out. This is another game as the LSU Auburn for Ole Miss, though. They lose this game, they're staring down 1-3, with their only victory being against Wofford. This is going to be a separation Saturday. Separation Saturday, folks. Tune into that Georgia Ole Miss game. If you want offense, you're going to get it. And I'm going to go and pick Georgia. I'm going to say 35-31 Georgia. I'm going to say Georgia scores a touchdown with about 2 minutes to go in regulation, like they did against Missouri. And I think they win this game close, 35-31. So it's going to be a great game to watch. As I said, you're going to see a lot of offense. You're going to watch, at the end, coaching is going to come into play. I'll side with Kirby Smart in Georgia over Hugh Freeze. And I think they've got more confidence right now than Ole Miss does. So I'm going to side with Georgia there. On the other game, which is going to be more of a defensive game. And this was actually one of my locks. College dogs of the week. Florida's catching about 6 or 7 points. Definitely take them. This is a must-win zone, a must-win game for Butch Jones. He does not have a signature win as a Tennessee Volunteer. He does not. There's not one game. Matter of fact, he's got a bunch of games he should have won but did not. Fans are restless there. They want to see this team get back. You know, they got wins over Appalachian State that looked good, and Virginia Tech didn't look good.